This is an instructional video on how to write your quiz, all three of your examinations. There are three exams in this course. Okay, so you notice here, I already have the notes in front of me. That's because I already downloaded them. I went to here, and this is the course, and I came down to here, and it said, here are the notes. And so I clicked on it, downloaded them, and I've got them already set to go. So I'm just going to go through these notes for a second and look at them, try to get an idea of what they are. So I see that there's a principle, then I see there are scripture verses, and there's scripture verses here, there's scripture, well, that's it, there's scripture verses here, and then I see there are 4 lessons from the principle. Now, there are always 4 lessons from the principle. And so here's each one of the lessons. These are based upon these words and this principle. Now, there's a second principle, principle number 2, also scripture verses and lessons from principle number 2. And these lessons are based upon the verses and they're also based upon the principle. Same thing with 3, same thing with 4, same thing with 5, same thing with 6. That's it for exam number 1. So I've got these, I've looked them over, I've seen the scriptures, I've seen the principles, I think I understand what they're saying. I'm ready to write the quiz. Okay? This sounds pretty easy so far. Now, I flip over to the quiz, and that would be class number 5. I click on that. Of course, it's going to be different in different semesters, but here it is. It says, first exam for CRST 152. Notice, by the way, you also have a time quiz that's due the same day. So just make sure you do both. All right. Now, I also have the examination notes here, but this isn't really very convenient. If I were a student, I think what I would do is print those notes off that I have over here. I think I'd print them off and have them next to my computer. I think that would make my life a little easier. But do what you have to do. All right, here we go. Click on the first exam, and it says attempt it now. All right. Now, here's the thing you need to hear, which it said right on it. It said that it's the best answer. They might all be correct, but we want the best answer. So according to Proverbs 17, 24 to 28, and Acts chapter 17, 24 to 28, and Proverbs 16, 4a, a human being can figure out the purpose of any created thing if, oh, wait a minute, I don't know, what do? I go to the notes. Here are the notes. Oh, this is not Proverbs. This is not Proverbs. Here's Acts right here, and here's Proverbs here. It's this principle we're talking about, okay? Look at it again. Acts 17, 24 through 28, Proverbs 16. Okay, it's right here. It's this one, principle number 3. Since God has designed everything in the universe, he also decides exactly what the purpose is for each part of creation, including humans. And then it has 3 lessons. First, it has the verse, God who made the world and everything in it is Lord of heaven and earth, and does not live in temples made by human hands, nor does he need anything, etc. And then we have the 3 principles. Acts 17, 24 to 28 says God made everything in the world. 2, God does not need anything from us. 3, God gives life and breath to everything and everything else to everyone. 4, God has made everything for its own specific purpose. The question says, a human being can figure out the purpose of any created thing if that human being uses the knowledge of good and evil which came to Adam through the fruit. That human carefully studies the thing from a scientific examination. That human being actually created the thing the way God created it. Like, oh my gosh. I don't think it's the first one, because using the knowledge of good and evil doesn't help you to know what the purpose for anything is. And studying it from scientific, that doesn't make any sense. Well, I think what this is saying is a human being can't figure out the purpose of any created thing. That only God can figure out the purpose of anything. So I go with 3. You go, wow, that's kind of a tough one. Yeah, I did it for you, so you're okay. Let's go to the next one. By the way, I'm only doing 3. According to the same passage, because God gives existence and living to all human beings, No human being can A, worship him according to human religion, B, approach his holy presence with pride, C, give something to God that he needs because he doesn't need anything. Well, all three of those are true, but which one is the best? I go back to the notes. Acts chapter 17, 24 through 28 says God made everything in the world. 2, God does not need anything from us. Wait a minute. God does not need anything from us, including worship, money, or acts of righteousness. Let's go back. Give something to God that he needs because he doesn't need anything. No human being can give something to God that he needs because he doesn't need anything. Let me look again. God does not need anything from us, including worship, money, or acts of righteousness. Okay, that's saying the same thing as this one, and I'm going with that one. Number 3. According to Acts 17, again, same place. Select one. Only God, A, knows how anything that exists fits into the overall plan. B, can explain how the universe was created and why it exists. C, has the power to make something out of absolutely nothing. All three of those are totally true, 100% true. But we're talking about Acts 17 and Proverbs 16. So let's remember them again. Knows how anything that exists fits into the overall plan, can explain how the universe was created, and see why it's nice to have it on a piece of paper next to you, has the power to make something out of absolutely nothing. Let's go back over. God made everything in the world, we know that. Does not need anything from us, we know that. Gives life and breath to everything. Has made everything for its own purpose. Wait a minute. Knows how anything that exists fits into the overall plan. That is very similar to number 4. God has made everything for its own specific purpose. Knows how anything that exists fits into the overall plan. Same thing as purpose. So all of these are true, but this is the one that fits Acts 17 and Proverbs 16 or A. See what's going on? So that's how you do these quizzes. Okay, I gave you your first 3 answers. You've only got 22 left to go. I hope it goes very well for you. Get A's. Okay, and if you have any questions, make sure to write. That's what I'm here for.